What's going on, everybody? Welcome in the Minnesota Vikings now by Chat Sports. The Vikings just beat the San Francisco 49ers on Monday Night Football with a final score of 22-17, and it feels so good as the Vikings finally get that big-time victory over the 49ers. And, man, I'll tell you what. The first thing I want to do on today's show is give love to number 8, Kirk freaking Cousins, man. I want to give love to Kirk because he played his ass off, and we'll talk about Kirk here in a second. But I just want to give Kirk some love here at first because Kirk played his ass off. Probably the best game I have ever seen from Kirk in the purple and gold here, man. Kirk just played his ass off, and it makes me feel good just showing Kirk some love. But if you guys are hype about the win, type those LFGs down in the comments section. Shout out to you guys. Man, yeah, Kirk Cousins did get the win today as the Vikings. Our Vikings could have a chance to make a run right now, but type those LFGs in the chat if you guys want to show Kirk Cousins some love here on the channel. As we are still live, I do want to say we did just get a $50 super chat from that memer boy saying, I still don't know what I just watched. Same with me, man. The Vikings did just get a win on Monday Night Football against the San Francisco 49ers. So shout out to all those guys, man. Vikings do end up getting a win here on Monday night. Yeah, let's go. Vikings do end up getting a win here on Monday night. But we'll dive into the whole game right now. Just some overall instant reactions to the games. I do want to give a huge shout out to Kirk Cousins. I thought Kirk played his best game of his career with the Minnesota Vikings. Listen, I thought Kirk was great this whole game. He went for over 350 yards tonight, and he was fantastic. I mean, 378 yards, 2 touchdowns. He did have that interception at the beginning of the game, but since then, he bounced back, and he was great. Going against the best offense best defense in the NFL, I thought Kirk was fantastic. If he went for 378 yards, 35 of 45, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Vikings really had no run game tonight, and Kirk was still able to let that piece rock. He found Jordan Addison a lot of the game. Jordan Addison, 7 receptions, 124 yards, and 2 touchdowns for Jordan Addison tonight. So shout out to him. Jordan Addison looked great. Also want to give a huge shout out to other pass catchers on the Vikings. TJ Hawkinson, 11 receptions, 86 yards as well. Brandon Powell, he had 4 receptions for 64 yards. I thought he looked great. Also, but I do want to give a huge shout out to Kirk Cousins. I thought he was absolutely fantastic. I thought he was absolutely great. So, shout out to Kirk. Obviously got the Vikings a victory today. I thought Kirk Cousins was great, man. Not much I could say about him from that standpoint. He was fantastic. Yeah, shout out to Kirk, man. And if you guys want to type those 8s down in the comment section, I encourage you guys to do so. Type those 8s down below. Show Kirk Cousins some love. The Vikings got the win on Monday night. If their schedule opens up completely, the Vikings schedule opens up completely. So we can look right now. They got the Packers next week on the road, man. They got the Packers next week on the road. Kirk was great at evading pressure all night. I thought he was fantastic. So, listen, seriously, shout out to Kirk though. I thought he was great all night. But overall, the Vikings schedule the next couple weeks. Listen, they're in Green Bay, and Green Bay just lost to the Denver Broncos. And they're in Atlanta versus the Falcons. And then they got the Saints at home, Broncos at home, and then they got the Bears at home, and then the Raiders. Listen, the Vikings got a lot of winnable games, and this was just one of those that you needed to win. So shout out to the Vikings for doing so. Listen, man, they look great. I really have nothing else to say besides a shout out to the Vikings on that one. If you guys want to show them some more love, type those LFGs down below in the comments section. Listen, I thought they looked great all game today. Listen, you beat the Niners without Justin Jefferson at home, man. It's pretty freaking special. Pretty freaking special. So, listen, I just want to say shout out to Vikings. Shout out to everybody who tuned in to the stream tonight. Seriously, shout out to you guys. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, man, the Vikings get the win. They end up beating the Niners 22-17. Before we get into more around the Vikings, I do want to give a huge shout out to Prize Picks. And if you guys are hooked up with Prize Picks, let me know down in the comments section. Prize Picks is great to me tonight, man. I hooked up on the Kirk Cousins more on passing yards, and he was absolutely killing it tonight. So if you guys want to get hooked up as well, make sure you guys do get hooked up at prizepicks.com/CLNS and use that code CLNS for first deposit match up to $100. If you guys want to get hooked up with Prize Picks today, make sure you guys do use our code CLNS. If you guys do go to the link, prizepicks.com/CLNS. Get hooked up today. Today, it is daily fantasy, made easy. All you got to do is pick 2+ players, choose more or less on their projected stat types. Really do appreciate you guys for getting hooked up with them. And if you guys want to, play daily fantasy, you guys can get involved in the fun. Just make sure you guys do it at prizepicks.com/CLNS. This is the play I made tonight. Kirk Cousins, more than 238.5 passing yards. He got that. Brock Purdy, more than 235.5 passing yards. So if you guys want to ride my picks or fade my picks, make sure you guys do it at prizepicks.com/CLNS and use the code CLNS for your first deposit match up to $100. Make sure you guys do get hooked up today and use that promo code when you guys do get involved. We appreciate everybody hanging out with us tonight. As the Vikings did beat the 49ers 22-17. Listen, the Vikings look good all night. I thought the defense actually looked better than I expected, so that was a huge positive on that standpoint. But I thought the story of the game was Kirk Cousins. I thought Kirk Cousins was the story of the game. Listen, the Vikings got the Packers next week, so it's going to be interesting to see if they end up beating them. But yeah, man, Vikings get the best of the Niners tonight. Thought TJ Hawkinson looked good. Obviously, TJ struggled this whole year with drops and the whole nine. But TJ, I thought he looked good tonight. Listen, the Vikings, they found Jordan Addison early and often tonight. The Vikings actually scored their first quarter touchdown of the year when the Niners did give up their first quarter touchdown of the year. So it was fun to see. Listen, Vikings ended up winning, so we're going to celebrate this on the channel. But if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys do hit that sub button. We'll see you guys next time here on Vikings Now. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. We'll see you guys later. But peace out. Vikings beat the Niners 22-17. See y'all next time. Skol Vikes. Skol Vikes, baby.